Yo,
Yo,
what's
yo,
up?
yo.
What's good?
What's poppin'?
Man, not much.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do a real quick recap of what was the Week 10 NFL season. We're going to give our power rankings, and then we're going to jump into some intriguing matchups for Week 11. But with that being said, you're in the house of Ida. My name's Corey Hilliard. The man next to me is Brandon Hill, a.k.a. B Hill, a.k.a. B. And if you've been here before, you know what to do. And if it's your first time, mi casa, su casa. But whether it's your first time and you've been here before, we got to get the house rules.
You guys already know what time it is around here. If you're not already, go ahead, hop down there, and hit that subscribe button for us if you don't mind. That would help us out a lot. Another thing as well, go ahead and hit that notification bell too so you guys can be up to date on all our newest and our latest content that we're going to be dropping. Another thing for us, if you guys like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that thumbs up for that like button. That helps with the algorithm to get us out there on the platform that we want to so that all the people can be able to view us and to be able to help our channel grow. And last but not least, guys, please hop down there in them comment boxes. Leave us anything. We don't care. We just want to hear from you guys as our fans out there for what little fans we have. But you guys watch out because this channel is going to grow and we are not going to go away easy. So we're going to be here and we're going to give you guys this content. And boy, as far as the Week 9, yeah, that's
Correction
that's a
on
good
me is
week.
Week 9 going into Week 10. My bad.
We're going into Week 10, but
Yeah.
we're gonna recap our Week 9 real quick. And I mean, you know, the number one game that we talked about, it was my Vikings at the Commanders. We were gonna it was kind of one of those games. The Commanders were coming off of 3 straight wins. You know what I mean? Their defensive line with Allen and Sweat and my gosh, who's the other guy that they got? I know you could probably name the other two.
Well, I know Young had just came back off the injury, but they got another tackle.
Chase Young wasn't back yet.
He wasn't back yet.
That was the thing. That was the crazy thing about. I'm kind of glad he wasn't, to be completely honest with you, as a Vikings fan, because I thought they were going to absolutely annihilate Kirk Cousins, man. There was this one throw, and it was towards the end of the game when he stepped back there and he made it. The guy, John Allen, it's Jonathan Allen, correct? Is that his name?
Yes.
Okay, Jonathan
That's
Allen
right.
completely just destroyed Kirk Cousins. I thought Kirk Cousins was dead. But he was laying on the ground, right? And that was the one that he completed on the sideline to Justin Jefferson. And Justin Jefferson went down there and we tied the game for everything else. And then Harrison Smith got the pick. But on that play, though, I mean, as a Vikings fan, Corey, I've hated on Kirk Cousins in the past, everything else. But the man went in there to his old team that he played for, that he got drafted by, and he came from behind in the fourth quarter, Corey, and he won the game. Last year, the year before, Kirk Cousins is not winning that game, man.
Yeah,
He's
it wasn't
not.
happening.
I tell you what, there's a difference this year, Corey, and you know what it is? It starts with Kevin O'Connell as the head coach. Kevin O'Connell, our head coach, because he believes in Kirk Cousins, and it's a positive vibe. I mean, you've seen Kirk Cousins with the chains on the plane, everything else. I know you've seen that.
Swagged out.
So Kirk Cousins is out. You never seen that stuff when Mike Zimmer was there. You never did.
Right.
So we're enjoying times right now. The locker room's happy. The players are responding to it. I mean, the Vikings, all the talk gets talked on Justin Jefferson and everything, but Zadarius Smith over there leads the league. He's tied for the lead in sacks. I mean, the guy's an absolute freak. And then they got Justin Jefferson. And here's a stat for you, Corey. They're the top 2 pass rushing duo in the NFL right now. Go look it up. They got the most pressures and the most sacks out of any other duo in the NFL. Out of duos.
Yeah.
So
I believe
I'll pass this on to you. What was your take on this game?
No, I mean, we kind of had the same forecast going into it, and here's the D lineman you were talking about, Daron Payne, number 94, first round pick out of Alabama. Jonathan Allen, first-round pick,
Alabama.
Montez Sweat, first-round pick,
Mississippi State. Yep.
James Smith Williams, seventh-round pick out of NC State, and he's been having a good year. So that you got 3 first-rounders. Okay, they're missing their other first-rounder, and the guy filling in him is a 7th-rounder from NC State who's absolutely balling. And that was my main concern for you guys because you handled that front four. And for most of the game, man, it was looking kind of iffy. They had a 17-7 lead in the fourth quarter. And you guys erased that lead in about 3 minutes. Got that big pick from Harrison Smith after y'all scored. And then things quickly turned in your favor and you finished the game. So kudos to you guys. You guys pulled out another one. That's another win. Another 1-score win for you guys.
It stressed me out, man.
Well, here's what you're going to have to live with as a Vikings fan. Not just you, but all of you guys. Every game that y'all have won is a 1-score win. Okay, see, by 7 points or less. And the biggest thing is you guys haven't beaten a team that's over 500 the whole year. So that's where I think a lot of the disrespect is coming from the Vikings. Now, having been somebody that's played in the NFL, a win is a win is a win. I don't care how you get in the voice against. Teams. You know what I mean? It's still guys that get paid that are fighting to feed their families. I get it. I'm on your side when it comes to that. But at some point, you guys are going to have to show that you can win a game against a team that has a record over 500.
Well, we got that opportunity coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. It's going to be right there in front of us, Corey.
No, man, y'all got a damn good football team, bro. No, I'm not hating on them, but it's just that people want to see it done against a team that's going to be in the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Rightfully so, because the one team that we have played that is in the playoffs as of right now beat us. So, and I was at that game to witness it. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Vikings have reeled off 6 in a row ever since the end of that game. And I remember telling those Philly fans, too, like, we'll see y'all in the playoffs.
We'll be back.
I just don't want to be back here. I don't want to be here. I want to be in our stadium. Come on, Commanders. Come on, Giants. Come on, Cowboys.
Well, it's almost Christmas time. I hope you've been a good boy. That'll be your wish to St. Nick that they drop a couple.
We're going to find out if my Vikings are for real or if they're fake in these next 4 weeks because they got the Bills, they got the Cowboys, they got the Patriots, and they got the Jets in that order. So it's put up or shut up now.
It is.
Here's my thing. If they go 2-2 in that stretch of games, I'm cool with that. If they go 3-1, you cannot go 1-3. Yeah. Absolutely not. You got to go 2-2 or 3. Yep, that's where I'm at. Hey, you go 4-0. I mean, that's cool too. We take that.
That's best case scenario.
We'll take. I'll definitely take that. That's for sure. I'm excited right now. I'm sipping a little bit of the purple Kool-Aid, Corey. Just a little bit, but not much because you don't want to get too high on that stuff. Because I'll tell you what, they let you down. They'll hurt your feet. So I'm not going to get to that level yet. So we'll see. But on this next game that we want to talk about, this one kind of caught me off guard. The Bills losing to the Jets. I said it last week whenever we did our matchup show, Corey. I said that the Buffalo Bills and the Vikings going into that game, that's a big game. You know what I'm saying? Those are 2 highly ranked teams. Those are 2 playoff teams. Everything else is going to be a playoff atmosphere in Buffalo. Which team's going to look ahead? Which team's going to handle their business? And it's crazy that the scores were the exact same in both the games, just opposite directions, which I'm fine with that. Now, Josh Allen got hurt, so we'll talk a little bit more about that whenever that comes up. But they lost to the Jets, man. The Jets got a great-looking defense. They got a good-looking run game, even though Breece Hall isn't there. It's kind of like a running back by committee now. They got James Robinson, Michael Carter over there doing things. So, and Zach Wilson is just the ultimate game manager in the NFL right now. He doesn't make mistakes. Yep. He doesn't kill his teams. You know what I'm saying? And even with the injury happening, Corey, Josh Allen still had 2 interceptions and no touchdowns throwing. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground. But he had 0 passing touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So, you know what I'm saying? The Jets were getting pressure on him even before he got hurt. And they were making him earn everything even before he got hurt. Because if I'm not mistaken, he got hurt on one of the last plays of the game.
Yeah, it was very late. Yeah, late in the fourth quarter. But we talked about this. It was a divisional matchup. They run different than your run-in-the-mill regular season matchups. And, the Jets just hung around. They hung around, and then they capitalized late. That defense, they're great on all three levels. They can rush the passer.
Yeah, they're real.
They get great linebacker play, and they're awesome on the back end. They have the second best secondary, if you ask me right now.
CJ Mosley is an absolute freak, dude.
Yeah, the linebacker, yeah.
Dude's a freak.
And then
he's been one of those guys that he gets hurt if he stays healthy. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean to interrupt, but
no, that's perfect. That's feeding right into my point. And then on the back end, they got two exceptional corners. The rookie corner, Sauce. I don't know if you heard this saying. This is trending right now. Covered in sauce, right? That's what they say when he's locking up a receiver, covered in sauce. So look, man, that defense is so freaking good, and it's carrying them the long way. And then like you say, Zach Wilson,
and Quinnen Williams.
Yep, another one of those Alabama boys. I mean, bro, they're filthy. They got a filthy defense. They're gonna be there. And that division, we can talk about this later, but that division is lining up to be probably the best division in football. Between them, the Dolphins, who are 6-3, the Jets, who are 6-3 now, the Patriots are 5-4, and the Bills are 6-2.
You ain't lying.
I mean, good grief.
That's whew. Who would have thought that coming into the season?
Yep.
That's why we play the games, folks. That's why we play the games. You know what I'm saying? Another game that we wanted to talk about, we only had 3 matchups. Well, we have 4 matchups. But the other game was the Titans and the Chiefs. This one was a nail-biter. It was a nail-biter. It was an absolute nail-biter. Another, what was it, Corey, with these 20-17 games? Did you notice that?
I noticed that. Yeah, it was just it was par for the course this week, man. It was a lot of good defense. But we both, I mean, you called this one. I had the Titans winning outright. I think if Tannehill plays, bro, and I told you the Titans always give the Chiefs fits. They always do. They beat them 3 out of the last 4 times they played. They give them fits. If they have Tannehill and they can complete one freaking pass, they wouldn't let the rookie throw it. I mean, good grief.
I don't know if Tannehill's doing a whole lot better.
Dog, come on now. They couldn't throw the ball. They wouldn't let nobody throw the ball.
Well, they're dummy. They're so dumb. They let freaking A.J. Brown walk out the door for nothing. So
that's that too. But even with all that said, they were still up 17-9. Sometimes I don't think they gave King Henry the ball enough. That man should have had 35 carries.
No, he averaged. I mean, what is that? 17 carries, 115 yards. You're a lot smarter than I am as far as math. What is that average?
That's good. It's a good
average. Close to 5 yards. Close to 5-6 yards a carry. Average. I mean, come on now. I'm terrible with math, so correct me if I'm wrong, please. But
what you saw was Mahomes turn on that magic late. They get the game-winning game time touchdown. They had 3 chances to get the 2-point conversion. They get it in the overtime and they win.
How do you go 43 for 68 though and only score 20 points?
It's a matchup, bro. I'm just telling. They just match up good.
Dude, they had 19 carries to 68 pass attempts. Wow.
In their defense, when you have Patrick Mahomes, when you pass the ball.
No, I get it, but damn.
You know?
And 6 of those carries was Patrick Mahomes taking off for rushes.
Yeah. Well, they were playing catch up the whole game. They were never comfortable running the ball. And it got to the point where in the fourth quarter they had to pass the ball because, one, they were down. The run game wasn't working. So they just got into pass happy mode. And when you got
Patrick Mahomes, it's easy to get there. Look at Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 4 carries, 5 yards. Pacheco, 5 carries, 5 yards. You know what I'm saying? McKinnon, 3 carries, 4 yards. That's terrible.
Yeah,
that is something. I'll be honest here. That's something right there not even the great Patrick Mahomes can overcome anymore. You're not. You got to have somewhat of a resemblance of a dang run game so that you keep the defenses honest. Otherwise, guys are just going to start teeing off on your dude. You know what I'm saying? And when that starts happening, that's going to be trouble because the good teams are going to really take advantage of that, which the Tennessee Titans almost did. And they did that with a rookie quarterback. Come on, man. So I'm with you. If they would have had Tannehill, they probably would have won. But I look like a winner here, though, because I picked the Chiefs to win, but I said they weren't going to cover, which they did. So it works out for me. I'll take it. Anything else you got on this game?
Nope.
All right, man. I'll let you talk about your Saints and the Ravens game, and then we'll move on to our power rankings.
Man, look, we all saw the game. It wasn't really much of a game. The Saints did all they could just to stick around. The Ravens were excellent. They ran the ball at will, did pretty much whatever they wanted. It could have been worse because your boy Lamar Jackson missed a couple throws that could have made the score worse. I'll say this. That game aside, the NFC South, good grief. Like, we're doing this show on a Thursday night, so I just watched the Panthers and the Falcons play one of the most disgusting games I've ever seen. Okay? And here's what you have to realize. The Buccaneers, I'm going to be real quick on this. The Buccaneers play the Seahawks. We're going to talk about that game in the preview.
Right.
They're 4-5. If the Buccaneers lose, they're going to be 4-6. Okay? Which means the Carolina Panthers at 3-7 will be one game behind the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and it's actually a half game because the Panthers already beat the Buccaneers. The Saints are 3-6, okay, and the Falcons are now 3-7. Right? I'm already telling you I'm picking the Seahawks to beat the Buccaneers. You're gonna have a situation where the team leading that division is 4-6, and the team right behind them in second place is 3-7. It can be very well be a deal where the winner of that division is 6-11, dog. That's how bad the division is.
Wow, is that what? Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna get that bad.
It's that bad, B.
Well,
it's that bad.
I mean, I just don't. I believe that Tom Brady is good enough still to win you some games, and I don't think he's going to 6-11, man. I mean, 8-9 could be the worst I've seen, but 6-11. Come on,
dog. Look at their. We can pull up their schedule later and talk about it. It's bad.
I'm with you. Hey, it don't matter to me. My team's on the other end of that, so I'm good. I'm not worried about it. So
is that all we got? That's it?
That's all I got as far as the recap from last week. Going into these power rankings, man, I'll let you hit me with your power rankings first this week. What you got?
Man, I'm gonna start off with the Eagles. Definitely got them at number 1. I'm gonna move the Chiefs up. I'm going to move the Chiefs up to my number 2. I just think for the fact that the Bills lost, that knocks them down for me. Number 3, I'm going to go with the Minnesota Vikings. All right. You guys are 7-1. Number 4, I'm going to go Buffalo Bills. Number 5, Cowboys. God, I hate saying that name in the top 5. 6.
Don't you though?
6 Giants. No, I'm sorry. 6 Seahawks. My bad. 6 Seahawks. 7 Giants because the Seahawks just beat the Giants. Number 8 Bengals. Number 9, I'm going to go with the Baltimore Ravens. And then at the number 10 spot, I'm going to put the Miami Dolphins. And you questioned me last time we did the rankings. The reason I got the Dolphins at number 10, that darn defense, they gave up 32 points.
Who's your 9?
My 9 is the Ravens.
Okay. Sorry, I missed that one. Go for it. Sorry, what were you saying about the Dolphins?
I was saying the Dolphins, you look at their record, you could argue with them being 6-3 being higher than the Bengals and the Ravens, but I just don't trust them on defense at all.
That's fair. It's absolutely fair.
I mean, they have 32 to Justin Fields and the Bears ain't really lighting people up on offense. So it is what it is.
That's fair. Hey, man, we got a lot of the same teams minus the Bengals. And I'll get into why after I give you my top 10. I got the Eagles at number 1, of course. I got the Vikings at 2. I mean, it's only right. I had them above the Chiefs. I didn't see the Chiefs do anything to make me think otherwise. I didn't see Tennessee do anything. Or, I mean, what's it called? The Vikings to do anything to, like, make me change my mind. You know what I'm saying? They both won 20-17, so I'm going to keep them kind of status quo, just moving them up a spot. I actually got the Cowboys at 4, and I got the Bills at 5. So we got the same top 5 teams. We just got them in different orders, just flip-flopped as far as our 2 and 3 and our 4 and our 5. So at number 6, I'm rolling with the Dolphins. I like what they got over there. Somebody said a stat 6-0 when Tua starts and finishes a game.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's real over there. Tua's absolutely balling. He's low key a MVP dark horse. I mean, he's got the Dolphins playing well, and Tyreek Hill is about to set every freaking record there is out there. I kind of predicted this. You know, Tyreek Hill getting there. He's kind of the new toy. So as far as number 7, I got the Baltimore Ravens. Number 8, I got the Jets. That's my number. That's my team I put in there ahead of the Bengals.
Okay.
At number 8. In that number 8 spot because I got the Seahawks and the Giants rounding out my top 10. But I just think the Jets beating the Bills, you know what I'm saying? A tough divisional opponent. Josh Allen holding them to 17 points, which not many teams have done this year. I just think that was special in what they did and the way that they did that. That's why they earned getting into my top 10 at number 8.
Yeah, I just.
And the Bengals, man, they just
That's
just
a difference of. Or we could say the same thing about the Vikings and a lot of teams on this list. If you're going to talk about who they beat up on.
No, that's fair.
If I'm comparing
it's the NFL. It's the NFL. They're all NFL.
If I'm comparing the Bengals and the Jets, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins versus Zach Wilson and Joe Mixon. I'm sorry, the dude just got me 55 points. He should have been the first name that came out of my mouth on that
I was about
offense.
to say, you're so disrespectful.
Yeah, so that offense compared to the Jets offense, the Bengals defense is not bad. The Bengals defense ain't the Jets defense, but it ain't like bottom half of the league. So if I'm looking at the two teams, you can't tell me you wouldn't take the Bengals offense over the Jets offense. You can get away with some things with the Bengals defense. You know what I mean?
But the Jets are kind of one of those teams. They grind it out, my guy. They got a defense that will grind on you, and they got. I mean, those corners over there are ready for those weapons. That defensive line is ready for that run game, whatever they're going to throw at them.
At some point, they're going to have to score points. At some point, you're going to have to score points. The Bengals just showed they can grind, too. They literally just gave the ball to Mixon and just said, here, go rush for 4 touchdowns. Just go do it. You know what I mean? We obviously can't.
I mean, they played against the Panthers, who were tanking, too. I will say that
they just won tonight. If they're tanking, they did a bad job of it tonight.
Fair. Touche. Well, that was a division game. It goes back to my point again. Our point. The division games, those sting harder. They hit harder. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it's at there. So that's why I in a game head-to-head right now on a neutral field, because that's what I think of. Whenever I'm thinking of like, okay, is this team better than this team? Who do I think would win if they played on a neutral field right now?
Bengals.
I'm taking the Jets. I like what they. I like what they. That's fine. You think I'm crazy? You think I'm crazy all you want?
Their defense is good, bro. They're not shutting down Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow for that long.
They just shut down Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. What are you talking about?
It's one game, B. It's one game. It's one game.
That's fair. It's fair.
That's one game. You know what they did the week before that? They lost to the Patriots.
Hey, all
and Mac
love.
Jones.
All love. I ain't got no hate on Joe Mixon.
You know what I mean?
Boys over there. Hey, good. All power to him. I'm just saying. Jumping into our matchups for this week 10, Corey. since I'm hyped up to talk about this. I mean, you got the Vikings versus the Bills at the Bills. The line right now is at 3.5, Corey. It's a 12 o'clock game. 12 o'clock. That means them sun rays is going to be beaming down real hard, and Kirk Cousins is going to be charged up to full capacity, and he's going to absolutely ball. I think this is that game. The Vikings have gotten nothing but absolute hate from everybody outside of a Viking circle. You know what I'm saying? They're showing us no love. With or without Josh Allen, we can't help the fact that Josh Allen got hurt or got injured. We can't help that. All we can do is play what's right in front of us. But what a hell of a storyline. Case Keenum and Stephon Diggs versus the Vikings. And we got our number one pick. We got our first round pick, Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? That's just it's the guy that we got because we traded you to this team. This is the first time we played against Diggs since we traded him. So
Who you got?
Oh,
who you going with?
Skull
So
Nation.
Outright, huh?
Skull Nation all day. I think here's where I'm at. They start Josh Allen, we're winning by 3 points at least, right? Because it's gonna be a close game.
Mm-hmm.
They start Case Keenum, we're winning by at least 10 points. Case Keenum's not gonna beat us.
I'm gonna take. Here's the stat for you. Case Keenum started 2 games last year. It was 2-0 for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm gonna take Case Keenum and the Bills here. I think they're gonna cover the 3.5.
Whoa.
I think you guys have been very fortunate in some of your games. I think you're gonna run into a buzzsaw, which is called Bills Mafia, Ralph Wilson Stadium. I've told you many times that is not the place you want to be playing a big time game at. I think you guys are going to realize that. You're going to see how hard it is to play there. I think Kirk Cousins is going to give up a few turnovers. This Bills defense is better than the defense that you guys just struggled against for 3.5 quarters. It is. It's a way better defense than the Commanders.
I wouldn't say way.
Yeah, it's a top 3 defense. It's a top 3 defense. You can go look at the stats. You can look anything you want in every metric of defensive play. They're better than the Commanders.
Commanders are up there too, though.
Yeah,
that D-line the Commanders got it with Chase Young. That's real. Stop it.
It's a good D-line, but it's not. I'm talking about a whole defensive unit. I'm not talking D-line. I said defense.
The trenches. Where are championships won, though, Corey? Where are they won? In the trenches. What do you got in the trenches?
They also won in the secondary and in the front 7 with good linebackers, dog. So I'm taking the Bills.
No, it's a unit. It's a unit. You're absolutely right.
I'm taking the Bills. That was inspiring, though. You had me fired up for a quick second. That was inspiring.
The trenches, they're there. Those guys matter. If you don't, here's the thing. If you don't have a good offensive line and you don't have a good defensive line, typically your team sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Just call it what it is.
Yeah.
The Rams, they're not very good this year. Why?
No.
Because they have no offensive line to speak of, and guys are just teeing off on Matthew Stafford this year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's going to be out this week, too.
Hey, sold their souls for the damn Super Bowl. I ain't mad at him. I'd take it, too. I'd do that right now as a Vikings fan. If we lose the next 10 years and don't make the playoffs, but we win a Super Bowl this year,
you got that one.
I'm Gucci. Don't even care. But it is what it is. You got anything else on this game? You got the Bills, I got the Vikings. All right, then this next game, I kind of see this as a sleeper game, I want to say. You got the Commanders rolling up into Philadelphia on Monday Night Football. Now, the Commanders at 4-5, their record doesn't jump off the page to you. They lost the first game against the Eagles. Everything else, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. But there comes that point in time, Corey, that like 8-0, my guy, you're going to meet that match, and it's a division opponent. You know what I'm saying? I say all that to be said, though. The Eagles are going to win this game.
Thank you.
They're going to win.
Thank you.
But they're not covering no 11 points. Give me those points all day, every day. I'm putting them down. They're not covering no 11. Got them winning, but they won't cover.
They're gonna cover the 11.
No,
they
won't.
played in Washington week 3.
No,
the score was 24-0 in the fourth quarter. They
They
gave him a gift 8 at the end.
This is a different Commanders.
It is different.
football
It's in Philadelphia and it's at nighttime and prime time.
I
It is
know
very
all
different.
about that. I know
That's
all about
what I was
this.
about to say.
I know
You should know.
I know
Yes.
all about it. But that's why I
Yes.
got them win. But they won't cover. Mark my
Bro,
words.
they're going to cover.
That's fine.
They're going to
You go
cover.
ahead.
I got
Well, you got
them
them
winning.
covering. I got them
Hell,
not covering.
They're going to
So
win by at
house
least
divided,
14.
folks. House divided, folks. That's where we're at. That's why I'm in here like that. That's where I'm at. That's what I'm telling you. They're not going to cover.
Nah, they're going to cover with ease.
Okay, we shall see. It'll be interesting. You got anything else on this game?
No. No.
They ain't
It'll
covering.
be interesting for the first 5 minutes, dog.
That's not true. That's not true.
All
The
right.
Commanders have got a good... Dude, the freaking Texans kept in the game with the Eagles. The Commanders are better than the Texans. And it's a division game. Mark my words. That
Okay.
11 points is hard. And if that line shifts at all going up to the game, you don't get those back. You're taking those 11 on this show.
I'm marking it right now.
Right now,
Marking it
minus
right
11.
now.
I marked it too. That you said they was going to cover, and I said they ain't going to cover. So we know. So, and the last game I want to talk about here is the Buccaneers and the Seahawks. It's an 8:30 a.m. kickoff in Munich, Germany. So,
Oh, Germany.
oh, Germany. This is a neutral site game. Why do I bring this up? Folks, the Seahawks have been absolutely balling. Geno Smith. Who is this guy? Where'd this guy come from?
They
What?
wrote him off, man. He
They
didn't
wrote
write
him
back,
off.
dog.
He didn't write back. That's just...
They wrote him
My
off, dog.
gosh. That's the NFL Comeback Player of the Year.
Oh, easily.
100%.
Easily.
100%.
You can put your ballots in right now. That thing's
Yeah,
signed, sealed,
right, yeah.
delivered. It's a done deal.
I mean, he got to win some more games, but I mean, shoot. At this point,
Yeah.
they're in first place. Who would have thought that? I think they got first place by like at least 2 games, too, because of the games that they won. They got head-to-heads against the other teams. What are they, like 2-1, something like that in their division right now?
Yeah.
it's-
Here's their last 5. 10-point win at Arizona. They beat the Giants 27-13. They beat the Chargers 37-23. They beat Arizona again 19-9. And their only loss, which this is crazy. Their only loss in the last 5 games is a 39-32 loss to the New Orleans Saints.
Mm.
So, and I know how bad my Saints are. So that's cause for concern.
No, that's
so if you're asking
Superdome.
me,
That's
Yeah,
Superdome
Superdome,
Saints, though.
yeah,
I mean,
so,
come on
yeah,
now.
it's
That's
different.
y'all's... Yeah.
now here's the Buccaneers last 5, just so we have some perspective on this. Okay. The Rams 16-13, which they won in the last minute of the game after the Rams couldn't get a first down.
The Rams.
The Baltimore Ravens 27-22 loss. Carolina Panthers, who are 3-7, 21-3. They lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who I think are 3-7, 20-18. And they beat the Atlanta Falcons 21-15 after that controversial roughing the passer call that gave the ball the Falcons back with like 3 minutes left. So, I mean, the Buccaneers ain't scaring nobody, dog. Lost to the Ravens, the Panthers, and the Steelers, and should have lost last week to the Rams. But the Rams tricked it off. And we all know how bad the Rams are. They're not even going back to the playoffs.
Wow, they're
So
trash.
give me
So
the
trash.
give me the Seahawks. 2.5 is not enough, but it's 2.5 in favor of the Buccaneers.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
understand.
say. That's what I was about to say after all you just said. That's Tom Brady, man, on a neutral field. Are you kidding me?
Bro, you missed
Give me
with
the
that.
Bucks. Give me the
They
Bucks.
have no O line. They can't block anybody. They can't run the ball.
Watch.
Okay, they
just...
can't pass block. They're gonna get terrorized by that team.
Okay, so you're taking the Seahawks?
Yes.
Okay, give me Tom.
Enjoy that.
I will. Give me Tom. You don't bet against Tom on a neutral field.
I'm betting against Tom on a neutral down field.
You should know better than that. You should know better than that right now.
I'm surprised that it's
Vegas. Why you minus 2.5? Look who's favored.
Okay.
Tampa Bay, 68% likelihood consensus pick.
It's a sucker bet. That's
why
Vegas got those big hotels and buildings, buddy.
No,
we'll put this at 2.5 for the Bucks. Watch how many people jump on Tom Brady.
I'd jump on it. I would. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Nope. It's all in. My vote's already in. I already casted it.
Man, you're crazy. I love you, but you're crazy.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Watch. We got some different little takes this week. This is some good matchups right here. Yeah, I like that. You got the Bills beating my Vikings. I got the Eagles not covering. You got them covering. And I got the Bucks and you got the Seahawks, man. So interesting week here at the House Divided.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and just a little tidbit. I just want to throw this in there at the end. It's off topic because it's talking about college basketball. The Blue Devils are the real deal, Corey. And we're gonna hop into that coming up here in these next couple of days. That's gonna be really soon. Because Duke versus they got the Duke, Kansas, and the Kentucky, Michigan State little tournament that they do at the beginning.
They do that every year, yeah.
So Duke's playing Kansas this year.
The defending national champions, huh?
Let's go. Wouldn't like it any other way. You know what I'm saying? I'm liking what I see, Corey. I'm liking what I see, man. They got talent. I mean,
give me the Jayhawks by 8.
Whoa.
I'm already calling it. I'm already calling it. Give me the Jayhawks by 8.
Okay, fine. We might 20. I got 20 on that says otherwise. You give me 8 points, I'll take it all day.
We can't talk about betting on here yet. I don't know if that's in the algorithm.
That's fair. That's fair. Sorry.
We call this. No, man, that was a great show. I enjoyed that one. Peace.